Ave Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Reclining at table with his disciples, Jesus was deeply troubled and testified, "Amen, amen, I say to you, one of you will betray me." The disciples looked at one another, at loss as to whom he meant. One of his disciples, the one whom Jesus loved, was reclining at Jesus' side. So Simon Peter nodded to him to find out whom he meant. He leaned back against Jesus' chest and said to him, "Master, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I hand the morsel after I have dipped it." So he dipped the morsel and took it and handed it to Judas, son of Simon Iscariot. After Judas took the morsel, Satan entered him. So Jesus said to him, "What you are going to do, do quickly." Now none of those reclining at table realized why he had said this to him. Some thought that since Judas kept the money bag, Jesus had told him, "Buy what we need for the feast, or give some to the poor." So Judas took the morsel and left at once, and it was night. When he had left, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and he will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only for a little while longer. You will look for me, as I told the Jews. Where I go, you cannot come. So now I say it to you." Simon Peter said to him, "Master, where are you going?" Jesus answered him, "Where I am going, you cannot follow me now, though you will follow me later." Peter said to him, "Master, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." Jesus answered, "Will you lay your life for me? Amen, amen, I say to you, the cock will not crow before you deny me 3 times. The Gospel of the Lord.
What a pleasant family dinner this was, the Last Supper. And here you have a family experiencing betrayal. There are 3 types of betrayal going on here. The first betrayal that we see is the betrayal of Judas. It's the betrayal of a traitor. It's the betrayal of cashing in the beauty of your family for yourself, for commerce, for politics. It's the traitor who turns away from Christ for his own ends. And then you have the betrayal of the one who denies. It's the denial of belonging to the family. It's the denial of being part of and akin to. And this is what Peter does. He doesn't turn against Jesus, but he definitely separates himself from the family. And then you have the betrayal of distance. Not mentioned here specifically, but at the cross, all but one disciple would distance themselves. Luke is the kindest of the writers here. He says that the disciples were at a distance, but yet they were present. The others don't even mention where the disciples were. And St. Mark says that one ran away, literally, leaving his clothes behind. This is the betrayal of distancing from the family. Or in our common parlance today, I'm dissing you. All these types of betrayal separate us from Christ. Strangely enough, the disciples are reconciled. Peter is reconciled. The disciples who are reconciled and Peter who are reconciled become committed, all-in family members because they have an encounter with mercy. I can't help but think that the Blessed Mother must have been involved here. That she was the one they went to and said, "We blew it big time, Mary. What's going to happen to us? Let me tell you what my son's going to do to you. He wants to cover you with his mercy." If we're sitting here tonight and we feel that we're in one of these categories of betrayal, the Blessed Mother is praying for you to come back to her Son and receive his mercy. She's sitting in a one-room house by a fire, waiting for you to come to her and say, "Would you please to your Son for me? I want to come back." Judas was the only one who didn't play the mercy card. But he could have. This gospel invites anyone in a betrayal to come back to Christ and receive his mercy. And maybe it doesn't apply to some of you here, but if you know someone who has fallen into some type of betrayal of the faith, then ask Our Lady to intercede with you for them so that Holy Week might be the time for them to come to mercy.
Regina Celi, let our